Hello, my name is Marcus and welcome to Tabletop Reviews. For today I am talking about Disney, Lorcana, or just trading card games in general, I suppose. But I'm going to talk specifically about Lorcana, more specifically this box. This box that they've made called Disney Lorcana Gateway. And why this, I think, is one of the best products out there, and that way more companies that make trading card games should definitely look into making something like this. Let me just give you a quick introduction to how you play Disney Lorcana. So you have a deck of cards. Let me just get one out here. I have one deck in here, two decks in here that are built, and a couple that are being built and not quite done with yet. You have a deck of cards, which you shuffle up. Might as well. At some point I'm going to play with this card anyways. And then you draw. And you draw out 7 cards as your starting hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the first thing is you're allowed to do a mulligan. A mulligan means, well, basically means drawing up more cards. But a lot of the times when you say do a mulligan, it's your entire hand that's discarded and you draw an entire new one. In Disney Lorcana, you're allowed to look at your hand and decide, is there any of these that I would like to get rid of? I mean, probably not with this hand, but you could say, I want to get rid of these 2 here. Which there's no reason for, but I would get rid of them, so I'd put them in the bottom of the deck, and draw out 2 new cards, and then I would reshuffle the card. That's how you do a Disney Lorcana mulligan. But that starting hand was actually pretty decent, so... that's fine. There we go. Now, in your turn, you do a few things. So first of all, you get all of your cards ready. At the start, you can't do that because you have no cards to get ready. And then it's on here. It's a set, which is basically just because characters you play from previous turn can be played right away. Right? Summoning Sickness. In this one, they say their ink needs to dry, but it's it's the same element you see in a lot of other cards. They can be used the same turn as you play them. So therefore this time you sort of have do it some way, and I don't know how you would do it otherwise. It's up to you. And you draw a card. Now it's the first player's first turn. He doesn't do that, but everybody else draws up a card. Let me just do that. Oh, that's a good draw. Man, I have a lot of. It's probably not too good to shuffle this deck considering how many Minnie Mouses I have. And then you get to, well, now on this one it says ink as an individual thing from Act, but basically what you do now is you play cards. And one of the ways you can play cards is if you look at the top right corner, it has this symbol here. If it has a circular symbol around it, let me just show you from here is, see, this Mickey Mouse doesn't have that circular thing around. That means that this Minnie Mouse can be used as ink. Well, this Mickey Mouse can't because of that. The number 2 and the number 3 is the cost to play those cards in ink. So, let's say I put down this Minnie Mouse as ink, and I'll have 1 ink to use. You can only do that once every turn, but I can use this 1 ink to play this other Minnie Mouse. As you can see, her cost is 1, so now she has played. And now let's talk about characters, which is basically all I've drawn up on this hand, which is okay. But yeah, as I said, characters. Their cost is up here. The cost is up here in every single card, and all of them has either just the not just the, what is that? That's not a rectangle. It's 1, 2, 3. It's a 6-pointed. What is that? I can't remember what the name is for it. It's in the rule book somewhere. But not all of them, of course, has that circle around. Then for characters, you then have a name, Minnie Mouse, and then a subclass. Now the reason I can have this many Minnie Mouses as I have here in the deck is because it's the subclass. This one says Minnie Mouse, always classy, and it's the always classy part. I can only have 4 of the maximum of Minnie Mouses that says always classy. But I have a musical artist, I have wide-eyed diver, I have a funky spelunker, and this was another musical artist. And I can have all those cards in it because they're different like that. Characters then also have damage, that's the circular icon, and shield, which is life, right? Which is the shield thing. So she can attack 1, has 3 life. Here it would set if she had any special power, and this symbol over here is how many points she can gain when she quests. Alright, let me just see, because I should have, I don't think I have any songs in here, but I should have an item or two so I can showcase it to you. I just need to find it. Why didn't I do this beforehand? What is wrong with me? Where is items? God, this is a complete character deck. I have no idea if that's a good thing or not. Absolutely no clue. And that's an item. Item. Okay, I don't have any actions in this deck. So, I'm an amateur deck building, so anyone who knows more will probably be capable of telling you whether having 0 actions and a card is a good or a bad thing. It's most likely a bad thing, but I have these 2 in this deck. So let's talk about these things. This is an item. It says it down here. So on these ones it says all kinds of words: storyborn, hero. Some of them are dreamborn, some of them just allies, some are villains, some are princesses. They have all kinds of things under there as subclasses. These ones are just called item. Again, the price is up here. And down here, whatever their ability is. So all items come into play and stay in play just like characters. The difference is they can be used right away, if you want to. Or they can just stay here and wait until a proper use is needed for them. So this one, it needs to be banished to use it, so that's waiting for the right one, because banishing is basically just discarding. And others need to be exerted, tapped, to be used like this, right? That's how you use a character. Let's talk about use of character. Well, sure. Oh, no, this one belongs in this deck. I'm just gonna have that. Whilst this one, what's these ones belong over here? So let's talk about this one. These are actions. So here you have an action. So again, up the top right is the cost, and then it says action right here, and then whatever it does. So this is, you pay the price, pay down, and it does a one-time thing. So this one gives additional damage to a character. This one is a song. It says down here, action, song. You can have people sing it. It has a cost of 3. So that means if I had a hero down, some like Minnie Mouse, hero, wide-eyed diver, she costs 4. So she costs 3 or more, right? 4 is higher than 3. So you can tap her, of course not the moment you summoned her, that's very important. She's not called summon, I don't know. And then she sings the song, you can basically play it for free and do whatever the song says to do. You can also just pay the 3 if you want to. Now let's talk about how to utilize the characters, because you can use them in 2 ways. You can quest with them, or you can attack with them, challenge with them. Challenge, not attack, challenge. So questing is quite simple. You turn it this way. If they have an ability that says when questing, some of them have, you do that, of course. But basically you have that I talked about over here. That's the amount of points it's gonna give you when you quest. So you get 1 point now, because questing with Minnie Mouse. Now if maybe I had, let me just bring out Mickey Mouse here. This guy down here. This one, let's see. And this was my opponent, Mickey Mouse. He maybe quested with Mickey Mouse previously, because characters needs to be exerted. That way I can attack Mickey Mouse. I attack with Minnie Mouse. Now Mickey has attack of 1, defensive 3. Minnie Mouse has attack of 2, defensive 3. So what happens? Well, Minnie inflicts 2 damage to Mickey, and Mickey inflicts 1 damage to Minnie. So you kind of take them back, and with this box you have some damage tokens here to put on to showcase damage. Those are all the cards. That is what they do. Of course it says on them what they do. I can only give you a look into it. But basically summoning down some ink and summoning some characters. Now I just want to showcase something here and see if people are going to notice something off about my deck. I'm saying deck with an E, not an I. Do I really not have that one? That's almost going to be a goal for me now. I thought so. I'm actually, I knew it. So, in it there are 6 different colors. They all have a name, but I can't remember. It's purple, green, blue, gray, red, and yellow. Those are the different colors that you get within the game. They all called something, I'm pretty sure gray is called steel, and is it blue that's called amethyst or something. I don't know. I can't remember, and I don't care. But the rule is each deck may only contain 2 colors. But when you play down an ink, it doesn't have a color. It's just ink. So there's absolutely nothing stopping you from having literally every color in the deck. And the reason I've done this is because these are all the classic characters. It's Donald, it's Louie's nephews. I have one of each nephew. I have Scrooge, the Gizmo suit, Minnie. There's 2 minis, but I have a Mickey in here as well. Magic at the Spell. I have all the characters from DuckTales and from the, the original characters: Clarabelle, Goofy, Pluto, Donald, Mickey, Minnie. I have a Pete in here as well. So I've built my deck around a theme. That's also why I have mostly characters in here. There is, wait, Clarabelle has. Oh no, wait! I'm putting that action into the Musketeers deck. That's a deck I'm building over here. It's a Musketeers deck. I have most of the characters from the 3 Musketeers movie, plus a few extra things, that's all that I have for that. What is here? Oh yes, this is my Pirates deck. And this is my Warriors deck. Like, I'm building it up around these themes, because that's the fun thing to do. I actually need to add a few things to this one, which I have over here. Just a few soldiers to my soldiers deck. Boom. Because that's the fun thing to do, is just to build it around theme. I want to make a Musketeers deck, a Pirates deck, Soldiers deck. I have over here, I have a Robin Hood deck. Which, what is the, oh, that's the weird ones. Where's my Robin Hood characters? Oh, they're down here in the bottom of this thing. All these Robin Hood characters right here. Again, I don't care about the color or anything. I want to make it around Robin Hood and make it a Robin Hood deck, or make it a soldier deck, a musketeer deck, or whatever. So that part of the rules I'm always going to just ignore, unless I'm going to meet up with some people. I am going to look into it. I'm building a princess deck right now. I think I can finish that one. And then I'm going to look into making a deck with actually just 2 colors, so that I can maybe meet up with some people and play, because most of them are probably not going to want to break the rules like this. That's how we play the game. How you win is by getting 20 points. So those lore things, questing, get 20 points. You don't necessarily get 1 point per turn. Main characters get up to 2, 3. That's the highest I've seen. Maybe there's 4. But that's how we play the game. Just to do a quick overview of the rules. So the game, I'm going to talk about more about that in just a second. The cards are fine quality, and it's a nice little board, and these tokens are quite nice. You get these standy things here to track your points, which I would really prefer something a little smaller and rounder, so it could actually move on it to track my points. But other than that, it's a very fine. The components are cool. Why is this one not fitting in like it should? There we go. It's a really cool thing. Thematically, there's nothing. As I said, I have to break the rules to make it more thematic, so not very thematic at all. But the game overall, I give probably an 8. 8 out of 10, yeah. Just to quickly summarize Lorcana there. Now, why am I saying that this specific box, the Gateway, Disney Lorcana Gateway, why am I saying this is the greatest product amongst collectible trading card games? Sorry, it's the modern thing to say. That's because in this one I get 2 rather comprehensive rule books. So this one introduces the basics of the game, and this one introduced expansion modules. So the way they did it is you have a 30 card starting pack, and then you have 4 packs on the side, where you're constantly adding cards until you have 66 at the end. So this one just introduces those 30 cards, what to do, how to play it. And then this one introduces when to open the different packs, and what they add, what is different about these ones, what is it that's so specific about them. And then at the back, it talks about deck building, right? It says you have 66 cards, but you just need 60. So experiment by removing 6 cards at a time. You can buy these products to have additional cards to play around with, to deck build. This is what we call deck build. So it's a nice 2 rule books that gives you a really good introduction to the game and to the deck building aspect. This is just some extra material. I get a board. I get a board right here, bam, to play on for 2 players. This is those kind of games that you can play multiple people of, but it is probably best at 2, just head on head. I think the same of Magic, honestly. But I get this board with it, and I get 2 fully functional decks. I have now separated the decks, built these 2 of my own. I'm in the middle of building a 3rd up there, having some cards here. I'm gonna buy some singles just to build these cards to the end, these decks done. But I get what I need for 2 decks and a quick way to, you know, build the remaining decks that I more maybe might want. And I think that's great. I have over here as well, just grab them. I have some Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings stuff, because of course I wanted it when it came out, Lord of the Rings stuff. And I do have this one, which is a fine, somewhat decent rulebook. Ish. It's okay. Somewhat. It's fine, like it's okay, but I don't think it's very beginner friendly, and that's what I hate about most of these collectible trading card games. Like, the reason I don't have the Star Wars Unlimited is, first of all, they haven't really done anything with clones, which is what I care about in Star Wars, but I can't find a product which gives me a rulebook. I can't find something that describes a rulebook, a play area. How amazing is it to get a freaking board? Get a play area. That's amazing. I don't have that with Magic the Gathering. They haven't made a product like that. And getting this one, which is a starter pack, 2 decks ready to play with, and a rulebook. That was searching high and wide. Now this one did take me a little while to find. Actually didn't. I wasn't searching for it. It just showed up in my favorite online store. Not physical, unfortunately. But why is that I have to search so hard for a product for Magic the Gathering that comes with a fucking rulebook? This is such an amazing product because it says, yo, are you new? Welcome, this is your gateway to this game. Great, I'm gonna play way more Lorcana. I'm already building 3 fucking decks. I have like 5 others on the way which I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about buying singles. Why? Because they gave me this product. Because they gave me a gateway. They gave me a way into it. Have Magic the Gathering done that? No. Has Star Wars Unlimited done that? I haven't seen it. So many of these freaking collectible trading card games, whatever the fuck you want to call it, doesn't do that, because you know what? They're collectibles. I'm tired of calling them trading card games. They're collectibles. They don't care if you fucking play the game. They care if you buy the product. This is Ravensburger clearly showing we want people to play the game. This is them saying we want you to play this game. This is people. This is Wizards of the Coast, which made that Magic the Gathering, saying, well, if you want to, fine. Why is starter kits not the essential thing that's every fucking where? Not in the man with the Lord of the Rings stuff. And even so, like, I got this pile here of tokens. So a food token, an orc army token, a ballistic bolt token, food and treasure food, and human soldier. You know what's not in here? I mean, there's an orc army which is 0/0 and not 1/1, like the orc soldier that one of my fucking cards allows me to assemble, because they didn't even give me the amount of starting cards that I bloody needed. What is this? That's things. In the starter kit, they didn't give me what I needed for the decks that I had. How fucked up does this sound? Oh, here's Take It to Ride, but you know, if you want the board to play on, you need to buy a bunch of product and hope you get the right board. How messed up would that be? Like, you have made 2 great decks, a rulebook, which is very meh, it's long and a little bit confusing, it's a poorly written rulebook. Why am I not getting the tokens that I need to play the 2 decks that I just bought from you? Why? Because Wizards of the Coast don't give a shit if you play the game or not. This is why I hate collectible card games, and I'm gonna call them fucking collectible because that's what they are. These kind of products shove it up into your face. They just care about you having all the cards. I just have these because they're Magic, because the Lord of the Rings themed. I wanted to have some Lord of the Rings card game things here. Now, of course, I have some stuff for the Lord of the Rings trading card game. Now, I don't know what that was like back in the day. I have found some resources to get a rulebook, but what I'm finding from the products from back in the days, a rulebook is pretty fucking right to that as well. So this is such a great product. This is Ravensburger saying, yeah, this is a fucking goldmine. Of course it is. But we want you to play the game. You want to play the game, buy Gateway. Now it needs an update, because I think this only goes to the 4th set, and they are releasing the 7th set right now, and I think in the 6th set or something, locations was added. So I need to do some research online to figure out how locations work, so I can play with those, because obviously there's Robin Hood locations and stuff. Very cool. So maybe they need an updated version. I don't know how old this is, but actually, but they probably do need a little updated version for the new sets. Maybe once the eighth set releases, they're going to put out a new one of them, and I would probably buy that one, to be honest, because I think this is great. This is such a way to open up to it. Even that saying, they have released 7 sets so far. I believe it came out in 22. That's in like 2 years and a couple of months. I don't even think in a couple of months, maybe 2.5 years. I can't remember when Gen Con in 22 was. But in 2.5 years, so they have released 7 fucking sets. That's insane. That's the same that Magic the Gathering does. And then they bring this set out, saying here is how you play the first 4 sets. Again, you know, with the turnout, they need to update it now so that we can have locations added, so we can learn how those work. But again, what a great product to release, to say here is a starting point. You want to get into it, you love Disney, you love card games, here's how to get into it. Get this product right here, start here. And then at the back of the rulebook, as I said, right here at the back, they showcase you a couple of sets and booster packs and tell you, what do these do? Starter decks, they bring you an all new set to play with. Completely ready to be brought out. But you can also split it up. Booster packs bring you just a handful of new cards, 12 random cards for you to play around with for your decks. How amazing is that? Not pushing it down your fucking throat, but waiting until the last page to tell you how to get more games. This is Ravensburger saying, we want you to play the game first. The gameplay of the product is the most important thing. This right here is Wizards of the Coast saying, give me your fucking money now. Because Ravensburger actually cares. So this Lorcana is absolutely probably my favorite trading card game. I'll call it that if you want me to. But it is a collectible card game, first and foremost. But it's my favorite because of this product. Because it enables me to get some good cards. I'm using some of them to build a deck. But it's just enabling me to learn the game properly. Instead of doing through videos. Do people who play fucking collectible card games not know how important rules are? So many times when you're sitting and I'm like, yo, what is the actual rule here? We're a little bit doubt. You pull out the rule book and check. I have a friend who almost never believes me when I tell him this is how you play. This is great. I can give it this to him. Instead of bringing out a 15-minute YouTube video and being like, when was it? Oh, it was at the 9th minute, and now we spent 9 minutes fucking checking. Rulebooks are important. Good rulebooks are important for learning a game and for always being on top of the rules for a game. So if you don't bring out a proper fucking rulebook, like this is not a proper rulebook, I don't like it. I mean, it's way too much text. Honestly, I don't like this rulebook. It taught me the game fine, but I don't like it. This is so important. This is a great product. So this product, I'm giving a 10 out of 10 to. The game itself, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. I like it. There's a few nooks and crannies that you could work on, but I like the game fine enough. Magic the Gathering, to be honest, I'm probably only giving that a 7 or a 6 if you're lucky. And Star Wars Unlimited, I still haven't tried because I can't figure out what's a good starter pack. What's gonna give me a rule book? Where should I start? Because you're not gonna start buying boosters. That's what I did back in the day with Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. I was a kid. Ooh, these packs of cards, cool. It's collectible. You didn't learn to fucking play the game. It's just collecting stupid fucking cards. So this product is amazing. I love it. Thumbs up. I can hear my dog howling, so you should probably sign up right now. Thank you for watching.